For My Enemies, the Law. This is a new article from Nick Catoggio over at the Dispatch, and that title is relates to the phrase "For my friends, everything; for my enemies, the law." So there's a few things in this article at the top that I wanted to highlight, but it has to do with the hypocrisy of the Trump supporters and how they're reacting to Gavin Newsom. So I'll go ahead and read this for you. I thought the most egregious example of partisan hypocrisy we'd see this year is a Fox News host declaring, with apparent sincerity, that Gavin Newsom can't win the presidency by behaving like a troll. He got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious, Dana Perino said a few days ago, willfully blind to elementary reality. So I'll just pause there for a second because the irony of that statement. And I think this is just an important thing that people need to recognize with Trump and MAGA and Republicans. I am a Republican who's against Trump, is that a lot of what they say doesn't mean it's true or good. So if they say you can't do something, it's actually probably them saying, we don't want you to do that because it gives you authority, influence, or power. And so you should question whether or not you should do it or not, because a lot of conventional knowledge that people share is often a way for people to self-sabotage so that they, Republicans, get more influence and power because they got you to essentially abdicate your power. So anyway, let's go on. By Friday morning, that wasn't even the most embarrassing case of partisan hypocrisy this week. That's America 2025 for you, always finding unlikely new ways to further lower the bar. The FBI is searching the home of former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton as I write this, and Creme de la Creme, a federal law enforcement, is competing on social media to see who can issue the most tone-deaf comment about it. Attorney General Pam Bondi came in hot. America's safety isn't negotiable. Justice will be pursued, always. Justice will not, in fact, always be pursued. The entire point of this administration, and of post-liberalism generally, is that whether the justice should be pursued depends on how much a criminal has done for the president. FBI Director Kash Patel went one better than Bondi. No one is above the law. FBI agents on mission. But there is someone else who is above it, isn't there? Donald Trump is constitutionally above it. Now that the Justice Department answers him, he'll remain above it once he leaves office with respect to any crimes he commits when exercising the core presidential powers, thanks to the Supreme Court. That's drunk on unitary executive argle-bargle. Even before he returned to the White House, it was the de facto view among right-wing Americans that any form of legal accountability for Trump is per se suspect and politicized. There's no more basic belief in a fascist cult than all legal authority ultimately resides in the leader. To claim that no one is above the law while working for a guy who once boasted that his supporters would be fine with him murdering people feels more like an arch joke than hypocrisy. Anyways, I'll leave it to you to finish up the article. I'll put the link in the description, but I thought that was a really great read, and so did others.